If there's one herb every gardener should grow endlessly, it's rosemary. It's fragrant, hardy, and a culinary essential. But here's the real secret. Once you've got one healthy rosemary plant, you never need to buy another. With the right method, you can propagate rosemary easily at home and keep it going for life. Whether you're a balcony gardener or growing in a backyard raised bed, this method fits right into your Botanical Bliss routine and ensures you always have fresh rosemary within reach. To get started, you'll want a healthy, established rosemary plant. The best time to take cuttings is during spring or early summer when the plant is actively growing, but you can also do it in late summer if you give your cuttings some protection. Choose a green, non-flowering stem that's at least 4 to 6 inches long. Avoid woody stems for now, as they root more slowly. Once you've snipped your cutting just below a leaf node, strip off the leaves from the bottom half of the stem to expose the rooting area. This prepares the stem for healthy root development and prevents excess moisture loss. Now here's where many gardeners go wrong. They skip the rooting step or expect it to happen in plain water. While rosemary can root in water, soil propagation gives you stronger, hardier plants that transition better to the garden. Use a light, well-draining potting mix. A blend of coco coir and perlite or cactus mix works beautifully. Before inserting your cutting into the soil, dip the cut end into rooting hormone if you have it. This isn't essential, but it significantly boosts success, especially for beginners. Once planted, water gently to moisten the mix, then cover the pot with a clear plastic bag or dome to create a mini greenhouse. Keep the container in a warm, bright spot with indirect light. Too much direct sun can dry out the tender cutting. In about 2 to 3 weeks, you'll start to see resistance when you tug gently on the stem, a sign that roots are forming. Once rooted, gradually remove the cover to harden the cutting off to normal humidity. So, it's best to give the new plant a few more weeks to strengthen its root system before transplanting. When you do move it, you'll want to pick a well-drained spot in the garden or maybe a medium to large container. Rosemary really hates soggy roots, so, proper drainage is key. And if you're planting multiple rosemary plants, be sure to space them at least 2 feet apart. These fragrant shrubs can actually get surprisingly large over time. As your new rosemary plant settles in, it'll honestly need little care beyond sunlight and the occasional deep watering. Once established, rosemary is pretty drought tolerant and, fairly pest resistant too. The more often you snip sprigs for the kitchen, the bushier and more productive the plant becomes. Regular harvesting is actually one of the best ways to encourage strong branching and a fuller shape. One of the best things about propagating rosemary is how it allows you to keep your favorite plant going for years. If your original bush becomes woody or sparse, just take fresh cuttings and start a new generation. And you can even use this method to grow rosemary as a fragrant hedge, create thoughtful herbal gifts, or keep pots of rosemary on your windowsill year-round. There's something honestly incredibly satisfying about knowing your herbs come from a plant you nurtured from a single cutting. For urban gardeners, propagating rosemary is not just economical, it's empowering. You don't need a greenhouse, fancy tools, or acres of space. Just a single stem, a bit of care, and patience are all it takes to create a rosemary supply that lasts for life. If this guide helped you unlock the simple joy of rosemary propagation, don't forget to share it with your fellow plant lovers. And for more tips that make your urban garden bloom year-round, make sure to subscribe to Botanical Bliss. We're here to help you grow smarter, greener, and with a little more joy every season.